Yeah, it's yet another nice day. Oh, right, Gremio's dead. Alright, well, we're gonna have quite a few mornings waking up like that, so I guess we might as well just get a move on. Plus, last time we heard something about the Imperial Army coming, but, you know, they'll probably take a while even though they're kind of focusing on us now, so I guess I should be in a state of worried and not worried at the same time. I'm pretty sure as long as I don't step foot into the Situation Room, I'll be a-okay. Alright, Vicky, we're going to go right to Scarlatisha Castle, because, as you might remember, there are two characters we can pick up here, and also the music's changed, just FYI, so it's a little less chaotic now. And of course, the gigantic poisonous flower is gone at this point, so it's just all in all a lot more peaceful. So, Ivanov really wanted to leave last time. Just talk to him after you finish Scarlatisha Castle the first time, and he's just gonna want to leave. Doesn't matter what state the castle's in, doesn't matter who's in your party, he'll just take you, or vice versa, I guess. I guess it's a joint thing. He'll join us, we'll join... well, no, he's definitely joining us. That's not the case. Alright, anyway, the other person is this dude in pajamas. This is Cassios. Unlike Ivanov, he really likes being here. So, you're gonna need Milik in your party in order to actually get him to join. I think you also need your castle at a certain level in order for him to, you know, actually do that as well. So I used an escape talisman. I know it's a tiny-ass dungeon, but, like, enemies still appear there, so I didn't want to hang around. Anyway, though, of course we have another set of characters to recruit in Ante. First and foremost being the small child. Why would we want to involve the small child in a war? Well, I mean, isn't it obvious? So this kid's job is to state the name of wherever he is. So we're going to recruit him so he can tell us that we're in Torin Castle. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, see, look how proud he is that he already knows the name of Torin Castle. We're making this kid's day. And giving him a really easy job that, you know, maybe isn't in the middle of a war zone. I mean, sure, yeah, he's at Torin Castle, but it's in the middle of a lake. It probably won't be attacked directly. Oh, see, okay, so she was just pretending to want to be kidnapped. It was all a test to see if we would go get that opal ring and not do the actual kidnapping thing. Couldn't we have gotten something that's not a random drop to prove her, you know, good faith, though? I would have preferred that, even if I did get the drop easily enough. So we're not done getting characters just yet. Of course, we've gotten everyone we can in this region, but if you've looked at the world map before, there's a chance you might have noticed a small dot that we haven't visited out in the middle of the lake. So, I changed up my party to include Taiho and Yamku. Of course, you know, being they're the fishermen and all, perhaps they know something about that tiny island to the northwest of Torin Castle. So we're just gonna go see. Of course, they're way behind in levels, but I did upgrade their equipment and weapons, and I gave Yamku the turtle rune, so we can show off the unite attack and only one of them will be unbalanced. So yeah, you see that little island with a blinking dot up there to our northwest? This is the slightly faster way to go to get to it, but either way is just painfully slow. I'm glad there's not much to do on the lake because the boat's kinda boring. It's really not that good, but anyway, here we have the Pirate's Fortress. Ooh, this is a little bit dangerous. We talk to this guy. Oh, wow. We're just opening with the insult, huh? Alright, so, oddly enough, Angie's really mad at just being directly insulted. Hey, you're a lazy fucker. We're pirates. Also, you're a lazy fuck as well. Alright, so we have the boss, 3 pirates. These guys can actually be difficult. Of course, you can fight them basically as soon as you get Taiho, Yamku into boats, which, you know, is basically after you get Torin. But I definitely would not suggest doing it that soon, just because they will kill you. I'm actually a little over-leveled for this, with the exception of Taiho and Yamku. They are pretty much the weakest members here. That being said, thanks to our new Death Eater spell, we have a really damaging party attack. Of course, even now they do a lot of damage, with the exception of Knack, the guy to our left. That being said, we did already take out one of them, and we're doing pretty good damage on Angie. Oh, I should say that Angie has 1800 HP, Connect has 2400, and Leonardo has only 1400, so I definitely went for the weakest of the 3 out of them, and pretty much doing them in order. But yeah, they don't do much outside of just being very damaging. So, if you have some good front row units, it's not really too bad. Honestly, I didn't even need that full party heal, I just felt it would be easier to do it like that. Oh, and oh wow, neither of them hit, and he got crit stabbed. He's not dead yet, so he's definitely showing his higher HP, but honestly, the Black Shadow attack is really doing a number on them. And I mean, it's not like I have to care about my spell slots, I can just go back and rest, so Black Shadow all day, every day, I guess. Though, again, much harder bosses if you don't wait this long. I was actually going to fight them for the last draft episode, but of course, then there wasn't that draft episode, because I didn't include all the people on the left side, so I just made that a super short one and decided I'm not going to fight these guys either. They do give a ton of experience though, like, even as highly leveled as my characters are, well, most of them anyway, they still got a lot out of that. So yeah, definitely a good thing that I took Kirkus especially to this battle, though Pawn's also a good idea. We are, of course, going to need Kirkus to recruit Ruby eventually, so that's why I chose him. He's going to need to be a high enough level. Don't ask me what level it is, because I already forgot. Anyway, honestly, these pirates are some of my least favorite characters in the game, with the exception of Knack. I love him, he's a good boy. But I don't like Angie, he looks like the fucking Rooster character from Chicken Run, like a human version of that, and I really hate his face for it. Leonardo looks like a dumbass Roman gladiator, but again, Knack's the good boy. He's the only one I like of the 3. The other 2, I don't like them at all. Angie especially. Leonardo just looks goofy, but I really hate Angie's face. I hate it so much because, again, he's a fucking chicken and run-ass looking motherfucker, so I hate him. I think he's an okay character for battle, but who cares about that? He's the worst. Of course, they do have a Unite attack, and I think it's a good one. I mean, I haven't actually written out the thread just yet because I'm doing this video ahead of time, so, I don't even know myself. I'll have to check that later. Anyway, though, we finally get a chance to check out our new fortress, and, not because I have nothing to talk about, but I would like to let this music play for a little bit, because it's good. Okay, I'm not going to do that for too long just because I can't hear the music myself at the moment, so I'm getting bored because I can't listen to the music and can't talk either, so anyway, yeah, here's Hellion. She herself doesn't really do much outside of battle, but still appreciate that blinking mirror. I'm sure you are, and you will be for the rest of the game if nobody votes for you. Alright, no one else is down here, and I really don't want to talk to Kryn because I really hate Kryn a lot. He has fucked up so many times, he has only successfully predicted an enemy attack once. Alright, so, first floor's definitely changed significantly, especially if we go outside, because now there's just an entire path up, or north, or whatever. So Cassio's here is basically our jukebox of the game. You can listen to any song you've heard beforehand. Actually, maybe not all of them. I think some of them from the beginning of the game are here? I'm not entirely sure. It's not like I listened to all of them, but anyway, yeah, he's sound test. That's what I'm trying to get at. He is the sound test. Alright, and that's all we have for now. And no, I'm not going to listen to all of them. We're just going to finish up now. And he slowly leaves. I'm pretty sure those are pajamas. They're probably not supposed to be, but like, the way he carries himself, he does look very sleepy all the time. Alright, anyway, continuing on. Valeria's still hanging out at the cool part of the castle. I just love this giant rock spire. I don't know why, it's just cool and pretty. God, a fucking place that looks like this in real life would be extremely good. I would like to visit a giant rock tower, that would be amazing. Alright, so up here, this has been changed immensely. And speaking of changing, if you speak with Milik, the music changes for a bit. And I think the same also happens to Esmeralda. Wow, you're now my least favorite character. What the hell, Esmeralda? Oh, look at me, I'm so rich. I'm too rich to appreciate cool-ass rock spires. And now I'm in this lovely rose garden that Milik set up. But I hate this as well, 'cause I'm the worst. So here we have Lorelei, also hanging out in a cool area. I guess all the cool ladies just hang out in the outsides of like the rock spire areas that you need to take a bridge to get to. So this is where the criminals hang out, I guess. Fuck you, Angie. I mean, look, I'm glad you're praising our fortress, but fuck you in your face, I hate it. And Leonardo, stop wearing that dumb-looking helmet, I hate it. Kanak, I love you. Kanak, you're good. Of those three pirates, you are my favorites. I think the Stars of Destiny that are their equivalent in Suikoden 2 might be those bandits. If it's the group of characters I'm thinking of, that group is like way cooler than those three are. And actually I really like them and they're some of my favorite characters. Anyway, here's the group of merchants. I figured I'd speak to them just so you could see what they say. We've already spoken to Chandler, of course. Jabba says he can appraise anything, with the exception of the nameless urn. And if we talk to Jean, that's all she says. A woman of very few words, she is. And of course, if you want, you can play Suikoden here still. I don't need to do that just yet, but in a little while. I definitely did for the characters I brought with me, because you kind of have to for the pirates. As I said, they can be tough. It just so happens that they weren't here. I did kind of steamroll them. Alright, this place is unfortunately the same as it always is, I think. Also, I forgot who Sheena was, because I talked to him like, who are you? Oh, right, you're Sheena. Right, that's your sprite. I only had you in my party for an extended period of time, but I forget who you are. Anyway, though, that's the first floor. Whole lot to do on the first floor. Second floor, there's not nearly as much, and even less new stuff, unfortunately. And of course, we've already seen the bath, so we don't need to see that again. But in the case we don't have like a group of all-male party members and also Milik as well, just FYI, if you do have that setup, Milik will go to the girls' bathroom, because I guess that's an opportunity to not bathe with 5 men. Which, you know, I can respect that choice, and the fact that he only does that in that circumstances, I can respect that as well. You know, it's only when there's room for him. Anyway, we're going to need to take all of this paint, and you can probably guess why, now that we have Ivanov. We finally have a use for the paint, because as an artist, he's gonna want this. Alright, so got done with rock. Anything else on this floor? Do you have any advice? Yeah, I know there's a rich fellow named LaPont. Yeah, I've been to Kuan. Hey, O'Neill, that arc was a long time ago. And I mean, while I would want to see Mina dance, I don't think she can. Except in the loading screen. Whenever you load the game, you get a sprited animation. I haven't shown that since the very start of the game, but yeah, Mina is actually one of the sprites that can appear. So yeah, nothing too new there. Sad to leave Fusulu behind, but he did help us through that entire arc, so I appreciate his contribution. He truly was the strongest man in the world. And I mean, his tiger pelt was pretty great. What are you talking about? Mina's oh, right, the cat, right, okay, of course. Aww. Even though Lucan hates everyone, he still cares about people. He probably just wanted to get out of it all because he doesn't like death that much, and also he's a bitter old man. God damn it, Tesla. I think we're only keeping him out of spite, because it's not like he has any other use. But still, we gotta gather the 108 Stars of Destiny, so we keep him for now. Anyway, I'm surprised he was able to make all of this out of a few buckets of single colors of paint. Honestly, like, it would have been kind of cool if it was literally like each color you gave him contributed to a certain color on this mural, but I can understand why they didn't do that, because that would be difficult in a modern game. You wouldn't do that on a PlayStation game. But anyway, for each new bucket of paint you give him, part of that mural is completed. You've probably recognized that if you've seen the thread or the Japanese box art for this game. Not the American one though, because that one's god-awful, and I'm surprised I haven't mentioned it yet, because it's horrible. And so, we're actually done with this since there's nothing new on the 4th floor, and if we step into the war room, we will move on with plot, and we don't want that. So, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna leave you with this horrendous US box art that I have undoubtedly displayed on the screen for your displeasure, so next time on Suikoden, we move on with the plots, and you won't have to see this horrible, horrible box art that, again, I'm pretty sure is enveloping everything by this point. So, yeah, see you then.